All club events and meetings have to be approved through student activities. You can do this by creating an event through our club page on HFS. Creating an event for your organization in AutoFollow Serve is easy. First step is to access the web version of HFS. Events can't be created on the mobile app by going to www.whitworth.campusgroups.com.
Once you are logged in, click on the group icon in the menu bar. From there, you'll pick the group you are an officer of. You'll be taken to your club dashboard where you can access a ton of different settings for your club.
You will click the large and green Create Event button. Then the event details page will pop up. Filling out this form is super easy, but we will walk you through it.
The first section is all the basic information about your event. Make sure you include a brief description of what the event is so it's easier to approve. In the event type category, most events will fall under social or meeting, but feel free to select what most accurately describes your event. Next, you will select who the event coordinator is. This has to be one of the officers of your page. You can then add other team members, also officers, if you want them to be able to edit the event in the future. Next, you can choose how you want people to contact you if they have questions. Either option is great, it just depends on personal preference.
The next two sections will tell people when and where to access your event. Make sure to set the time zone to ours, which is Pacific time. The where allows you to define the location of your event. If your event is on campus, make sure to fill out the InfoSylum form to reserve the space you plan to use after your event is approved. If you choose the video conferencing section, you're able to attach the meeting link and tell people which app to use. Remember, activities must be approved before they can be promoted. If you want to wait to create a meeting link, you can always add it later. For digital meetings, it is best to set the who can see the event location to only those who are registered.
The next two sections let you add a little more fun information about your event. You can add a photo or flyer to give students more visual information, then you can add if food will be provided. Remember to follow the club guidelines when serving food.
Now we get into some more technical aspects of your event. When you choose who you want to allow register, there are several recommended options. If your event is open to the entire campus, it is best to choose Whitworth University Campus Groups users only. If your event is just for your club, you should click Group Members Only. Finally, if you are scheduling a meeting with just your officers, you should click Officers Only. The Who Can See This Event section also depends on who you want to attend. Allow everyone to see it if it's an all-campus event, limit it to group members, or select just the people who are allowed to register option to easily match it with your above selection. If it is a private club event, we don't recommend displaying it on upcoming events slider.
The registration options section is very important. Since there's a limited amount of people that can attend events, you should set up registration for larger in-person events. If your Zoom room is limited to a certain capacity, you should set that here as well. You can limit how long your registration will be open for, the attendance limit, and how many tickets each person can reserve. You can also give students the opportunity to back out of their reservation if something comes up. We highly suggest setting a reminder to be sent out before your event. You can customize what can be said in the email for both the reminder and the confirmation. If you want to limit who can see who is attending, you can change those settings here. If you want to design a ticket for the event, you can upload a picture of it here, and students will see it on their tickets and confirmation emails. Lastly, you can edit the feedback request that you send out after your event. We highly suggest only sending it to the people that checked in at the event, which we will be covering next.
All events are required to attract attendees. You do this by selecting the Activate Multiple Check-ins and Activate RSVP at the door boxes. Then, on the drop-down menu, for check-in method, select Allow both methods above at the same time. When it is the same time for your event, you can print out your QR code or display it on the screen for students to use. You do this by going to your events page and selecting the event you want to generate a QR code for. Since you enabled attendance tracking in your registration, you'll be able to click the green Track Attendance button. You will then click the QR code option. From there, you can either print your QR code or you can click the Refresh Code every 10 seconds option to avoid the code being shared around. If you choose this option, you must keep the QR code on a computer. If a student does not have a smartphone, you can write their name down and add them through the Add Attendees button, and also mark them as checked in.
There you have it. Those are all the steps for creating an event and tracking attendance. If you have any additional questions, contact the ASWU Club Coordinator. Their contact info can be found at whitworthaswu.com/team.